election as the mayor. Say he got to the point where he could do just as much good being the mayor as he can the Green Arrow. If he had to pick between the two, which one do you think he would
Mayor.
pick? And why?
Well, no one's shooting at him. No, I think that, you know, one of the things that we acknowledged this year, and it's and I can't remember the exact episode, but Adrian Chase, the new Josh Segarra, who plays Adrian, the new district attorney, you know, says that you know, vigilantes are a symptom of a bigger problem. You have vigilantes because you don't have, you know, a criminal justice system that works within the city. So I feel like if Oliver ever cleaned up Star City, he would give it up. He would hang up his boots and leather pants and leather jacket and leather gloves and whatever else he wears. But yeah, I think he would be the mayor.
Thank you.
Like maybe settle down, have a movie night every Wednesday. Over to you.
Hi. Thank you for being here today. And my question for you is that on Arrow we see action scenes, lighthearted scenes, sad scenes, and I want to know what's your favorite to shoot and why?
I do really like, I mean, the action scenes are always fun. They don't, the way that you shoot them, the mechanics of putting them together are a little bit more piecey, just because they're action scenes. So I think that because we do those a lot, the scenes that I really, really enjoy are the scenes that get to breathe a little bit. They're sort of longer, 2.5, 3-page scenes with real speeches in them. Like I always think about the scene between Oliver and Laurel in the second season when they're in the hallway and he confronts her about a problem and they have a real sort of come to Jesus moment. And we don't get to shoot scenes like that very much. So when we do, as an actor, I'm always really fired up for them. So I would say it's not lighthearted, serious, whatever the case may be. It's more just the actor moments, so to speak, because I am an actor, after all. I do love to hear myself speak. I really do. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Whenever the Green Arrow is flipping around and fights and everything, how does the hood stay on?
Use like double-sided tape or... The only time that it ever comes off is if I break into a sprint. But all those things like flipping around and stuff like that, it just doesn't seem to come off. And if it does, we just do it again. Thank you. Over to you.
Hi, Mr. Amell. So me and my mother
Is
are...
my dad here? Yes, I'm sorry, keep going.
So me and my mother are huge fans of your show, and recently we've been watching it. She's been very upset because there's a low supply of shirtless workout scenes.
Could you sign that again for me? Keep going.
To make her happy, would there be any more coming up in new episodes?
Yeah, I mean, I have a shirtless scene tomorrow, I think, actually. Yeah. It's not a workout scene, though. We'll work on that. For your mom. Hi, Mom. Do my best.
Hi, my name's Andrew, and I wanted to ask you how you are because of your face.
Oh, I'm good. Like once and for all. I can't believe that it took 5 years for this to happen, but I was out in a bar in Syracuse having a really good time watching the UFC fights. Some dude taps me on the shoulder. I turn around, he goes, wham! Headbutts me right in the face. I said, what are you doing? He goes, I want to fight the Green Arrow. And then I said a bunch of things that I can't repeat on stage. And it's like, no, I'm a dad. and then they kicks him out of the bar. He goes, but my face is fine. It feels fine. As it heals, it tends to look a little worse because it started out all as one color, and now it's just a bunch of weird stuff. Looks like my daughter spent 30 minutes drawing on my face.
I also wanted to ask you, what was a defining moment for Oliver Queen to you?
What was the defining moment for Oliver? Well, I mean, hopefully we haven't seen it yet, but it's a good question. That's a very good question, actually. No, I think that it's towards the beginning of towards the end of the fourth season, when we've seen Oliver in one mode in season one, in terms of, like almost using lethal force as a first option, and then we've seen him pivot from that and go 100% the opposite way. And I've said this a couple of times, I don't think that Oliver right now is his happiest that he's ever been, certainly not, but I think that he's the most content that he's been, because he's found that middle ground, that what he does is not an easy job in this awesome, fantastical, fictional world that we live in. But, if you're gonna do it, you have to be prepared to go all the way. So that to me is probably the defining moment at the end of season 4, making that decision with Damien Dark. Probably, so far.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, man. Where do you?
Morning.
Hey.
So my question is about the first half of season 5. Everyone was talking about going back to basics, and a lot of people were really excited about it, mainly because it would mean a lot more of original Team Arrow. However, at the moment, it almost feels like a different TV show sometimes, with some of the core characters being sidelined sometimes. So I would like your take on it, and to know what dynamic we can expect for the back half of the season.
When you take the first half of season 5, you've seen 7 episodes, so less than a third. Which, you break a season up based on the way that it airs from 1 to 9, and then maybe 10 to 16, and then 17 to 23. It's incredibly important on a TV show that has to produce 23 episodes a year to introduce new characters. And I think that between Rick and Joe and Madison and Josh and whomever I'm forgetting, because I'm definitely forgetting somebody, I think that we've done a good job of creating new dynamics. I read a scene in an upcoming episode between Rick Gonzalez and Paul Blackthorne, which is a pairing that I never thought that I'd see. And, coming up pretty soon, probably a spoiler here, but we get to explore one of the new characters' backstories through flashbacks, which I always enjoy because I get days off. But there's always a soundbite that comes out before a season, back to basics, and it's something that, I think going into season 4, people were like, lighter tone, and I never totally understood that. I'm very happy with the current season thus far, and I think that especially with Diggle and Felicity, Felicity especially, like there's some loose ends to tie up with David's character before he can kind of move forward, because he's sort of stuck living in exile at the moment as a felon, so to speak. But in the latter half of the season, there's a really interesting thread for Emily's character, and I think that the fans are really going to enjoy it. So I would just say that through 7 of 23 episodes, I would say keep the faith and keep enjoying. But it is a television show, it is a forward-moving train, and you got to really work to find new characters and find new dynamics. Because in the 12th episode, the favorite stuff that I read was between Rick Gonzalez and Paul Blackthorne, and that stuff's important.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.